Welcome to Vo's Hockey Show. Today's episode is a story of a 16-year-old in the 90s that loved hockey and lived in Oklahoma City. Yukon, Oklahoma to be exact. And when I was a kid is when I started loving hockey. That's when I found out it was the coolest game on earth. It was awesome because I could take football, basketball, baseball cards into a sports card shop, and I could get triple value for hockey. Hardly anyone collected hockey, but it was awesome for me to get that. Well, the story today, kids, is the day I met some of the greatest players in the NHL. Well, I would say the day. It was a course of a couple of days, I guess I should say. I was in high school, and we had the Oklahoma City Blazers. They were in the CHL, not Canadian Hockey League. It was some other, I think it was Central Hockey League. And they had some kind of old school connection with the Boston Bruins. Well, they had announced that the Boston Bruins were going to play the St. Louis Blues in a preseason game. And I was like, no freaking way. And you see the icon on the screen, the hockey news. I had gotten that hockey news with Joe Thornton and Sergei Samsonov. What a time to be a hockey fan in the 90s. These kids lit it up. And it was cool. I got that hockey news in the mail. Then found out that they were going to be at the Myriad in Oklahoma City at the time. That was what the arena was called, a little bitty arena. And it was so awesome. A couple of days before the game, they hosted an open skate at the Oklahoma City Blazers practice arena for the Boston Bruins. They had an open practice where the community could come and watch for free, watch them practice. I don't remember much of the practice, to be honest. I was just blown away about being there. And afterward, they had a meet and greet. You had to pay $5 an autograph, which wasn't bad at all. You had to buy at least one thing that was there on top of that. So in line, I got to meet Ray Bourque, Joe Thornton, Ted Donato, and I honest to God can't remember the other two players that were there. Was not Sergei Samsonov. It would have been awesome. I had gotten Joe Thornton's autograph on this copy of the Hockey News. I wish I still had it, but I don't have it anymore. It was really awesome just to meet Ray Bourque. It was just so cool. Me being in Oklahoma, it was like somebody meeting Michael Jordan. I mean, that's how big this was to me. It was like, it wasn't Jeremy Roenick, but dadgum, it was Ray freaking Bourque, guys. It was rad. Got to meet Ray Bourque, Joe Thornton. Then when we went and saw them at the Myriad Convention Center in Oklahoma City, it was awesome to see the game, to watch it play. And then during one of the intermissions, I was sitting there with a friend of mine at the time, and I look up, and guess what I see? I see Al McGinnis and Grant Fuhr sitting in the stands. And this is Oklahoma City, right? Nobody really follows hockey. They don't really recognize faces or players. And I'm geeking out. I'm like, there's no way that's them. So I walked all the way up. I went over to them. It's like, hey, guys, do you care if I get your autograph? And they kind of had that look like, this is happening? Like somebody like knows who we are. And it was like, why are they coming up to us? But I'm like, that's what you guys get for sitting in the seats where people can see you. Got their autographs on the handbill that came with going to the game. By the time I sat down back in my seat, I looked up. There was a huge line to meet Al McGinnis and Grant Fuhr. And I'm like, well, sucks to suck. That's what you get for being there in the middle of God and everyone. And then, I think the second intermission, I want to say it had to be the second intermission, I start seeing a bunch of people going down to the goal side, the like little curvature. And I go down there, and it's freaking Brett Hall, guys. Brett Hall in Oklahoma City. Now, granted, they didn't play like Grant Fuhrer and Al McGinnis, obviously. They didn't play Brett Hall, but they were able to come out and see people. So I didn't get to meet him, quote unquote, but I did get to hand him a ticket stub. He signed it. I don't have that either. That got lost in the shuffle as well. But it was so cool to be a kid in Oklahoma City, which at the time we only had Oklahoma City Blazers, and we had Oklahoma Sooners, Oklahoma State Cowboys, the college teams, university teams. We had like a minor league, very, very minor league basketball team called the Cavs. But sports didn't really happen a whole lot. Oklahoma Sooners football was the biggest thing. And it was just so cool to see that. And going in and buying sports cards, like I said, getting hockey for dirt cheap and getting in exchange for stuff that I had. Man, that was such a good time. I would get cards for my friends and I'd keep the ones I wanted. And it was just cool. I mean, hockey has grown so much since then, and I'm very thankful that it has. I love the sport, and I'm happy to see that other people love the sport as well. And the Boston Bruins and the St. Louis Blues, two iconic teams. And it kind of was funny because meeting Joe Thornton, I was like, yeah, I met the rookie and the big rookie number 1 draft pick. I think he blew out his knee, so he didn't play for quite a while. And then he came back, and then the rest is history. He played for the Sharks and got the real big beard and all that fun stuff. The sports cards, speaking of that, go on over to the JoshWallaceShow.com. You can see all of Josh's collection. Also go to his YouTube channel, The Josh Wallace Show. We are a part of that network here at the Vose Hockey Show. Give it a follow. Give it a like. Whatever you want to do. Instagram, on YouTube, The Josh Wallace Show. Also check out Card Ladder. That gives you all the up-to-date pricings in real time. Way better than eBay. Way better than all the other places you buy cards at. Card Ladder is the place to go. And speaking of the place to go, Vose Hockey Show is a great source for hockey content. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Comment below your favorite hockey player of all time, and I will make a video talking about that hockey player. Like, subscribe, make the world go round. This is Vo. May the Vo be with ya.